In this video, I'm going to teach you how to make Anjunadeep style drop like Ben Bohmer like this. Hi, my name is Vlad, I am a DJ and one-man band music producer. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. And with that said, let's start with the tutorial. So let's start with the chord progression. The key of the track is G. So if we look at the notes here, the bass notes, we have a G, we have an A, and we have an C. And if we look at the chords now, you can see that we have a G. And basically, this is a power chord. So when you use G and C, G and C, from G, C is a fifth. And basically, this is a power chord. So if I delete these notes, it's going to be a power chord. From G, D is fifth as well. And we are adding one more G, but an octave lower, and that will add power to your chord. So if you want to make your chord more interesting, more powerful, you can just copy the root note and use it as a bass note. So the next chord is an A, and we also have two repeating notes here. So the D and the C. Here, guys, we also have a power chord. So A and D is a fifth, and A and E is a fifth. And altogether, sounds really, really nice. And the more repeating notes you have in your chord progression, the more sustainable the progression will be. So the chords, they will flow like to each other, from another to each other. And the last chord, the third chord, is the same chord as the first one, but there's just one tiny thing that has changed, and it's this note, the C. So I moved it one octave lower, and even though it's the same chord, it sounds different. So this is what you can do. You can just move around your notes, and that will create another vibe to your chord. Like this. And let's now listen together with the bass. And the C, which is in the third chord, it really works well with the bass because it's lower. And if we would have the same chord, yes, it would sound good, but not as good. Yeah, so I hope you guys get this one. If you want to know more about building chord progressions, I'm going to link the videos somewhere like up here, so go and watch it. I've explained everything in detail, how to make chords without music theory. And the next thing is the kick and the bass, which is the foundation of the track. In electronic dance music, the kick and the bass are the main elements. So if we're talking about like house, techno, etc. And the bass line, the notes I've shown you already. And let's talk about the patch itself. So I'm using Diva for this patch, and what I've done, I've detuned oscillators. So let me show you. So you can see that I have 3 oscillators here. Like this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. And I've slightly detuned those oscillators. You can do the same thing. I'm just going to show you real quick in Serum, just so you have a visual representation. So basically what I'm doing, I'm detuning the oscillators. You can see on the graph here. So this is what I'm doing with my oscillators. So it doesn't matter what synth you are using, as long as you are doing the same thing. So yeah, I hope you guys understand this one. And after the oscillators, I just have a filter, and basically this is it. Nothing really that complicated. You can use different waveforms. For example, you can use maybe a square, maybe a triangle, this one, maybe another saw. But yeah, the concept is simple. You just need to detune the oscillators. And I'm also using a bit of chorus if I bypass. It makes the bass wider and more interesting in the mix. The kick is really simple, just a kick. And I'm using kick too. I'm going to freeze all the tracks and all the samples, so you can guys download this project. Just click the link in the first comment and you'll go straight to the download page. And let's move to the lead. The lead is very, very simple. It has a repetitive pattern through all the track, all the loop, and it's G and A, which is a fifth. So really, really simple. Also have a vocal just to add some character to the track. Yeah, and the next thing is the atmospheric sound. It's very simple. But I really like the vibe, the character it adds to the track. And finally, we have a second lead, which is a bit more complex. I would say this is the most complex element in the track, but I'm going to break it down for you guys. So if we look at the pattern, like here, G and D, it's a fifth. And there's one interesting thing about this pattern, guys, is that it uses these semitones. So even though we are not using Phrygian, aka Arabic scale, still I can hear a lot that of that thing in melodic house, melodic techno. This semitone, it creates tension. So you don't need to use it like always, but if you want to create tension, if you want to spice up your lead like melody, you can use it. So as you can see, it's used here a lot, and if you listen to this lead, especially at the end of the loop, it creates nice tension. So if you want to look at the notes, we have a G, we have a D, we have an A sharp, we have an F. So if you just go 2 semitones down from G, it's just the 7th. So it's really, really simple. Basically, these are, I think, the notes from the G scale. And yeah, we have an F, we have an E, and yeah, the same notes here, once again, just repeats. And yeah, basically that's it. And for the patch itself, it's just a simple saw. And finally, guys, let's talk about the drums. So I have a main hat, and here, as you can see, we have 2 notes. It creates some kind of movement, adds groove. Here we have some variation. I've added a ride. And we have also shakers. The shakers are interesting. So we have the main thing. You can see here. So these are the elements that add groove. So if I would mute the main shaker, and it's played together with the hat, the main hat. And now all together with the main shaker. Yeah, you can see how these 2 hats or shakers really add groove. Yeah, that still sounds nice, but I think if we use these 2, the loop is more interesting. And I've also added a tambourine loop just to spice it up a little, make it more interesting, more groovy. And I'm going to show you one trick you can use for your hats. I've heard that so many times in Anjunadeep releases, and it's using a vocoder on your drums, your shakers. And if I mute the vocoder, yeah, it just sounds usual, but if I use it, so about 30-40% is really nice to use on your hats, shakers. And yeah, basically this is it. Let's listen to the track once again. So that was all for today, guys. I hope that you found value in this video. I hope that you learned something new from this video. If you did, please let me know what you think in the comments below. If you watched this far, I want to invite you for a free strategy call with me. So if you need a mentor, if you want to transition from a beginner to a professional full-time music producer, I can teach you how to do that. And if you're really committed, if you're really serious about your music career, I want to help and work with you. So during the call, we will discuss what holds you back, the problems you have, what you need to learn, and we will come up with a personal learning plan for you. So the link is going to be in the first comment, as well as the link to the download page for this project. So yeah, just go ahead, click the link, book your time, and let's work on your music together. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.